Young dyslexic boy Percy Jackson has been raised by his mother and educated in Greek mythology. When he's thrust into a situation beyond his control, his life is forever changed as he goes on a quest of discovery of both the existence of mythology and reality, but also of who he is. Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a solid, good, fun show mixing fantasy with coming-of-age aspects with some good special effects, decent action, and a great cast. The TV format allows the story to breathe. As someone who hasn't read the books it's based upon, it felt as though every character and story was given their own moment to shine, with episodes separating locations and set pieces really quite well. It resulted in every episode having a specific purpose in the larger scheme of things, while also fitting together in an overarching narrative and working as an individual adventure in its own right. The leading characters are all young teenagers, and they share a lot of chemistry together. Their acting, always a worrisome element of child actors in big scale productions, is mostly good, with only some of the more emotive scenes and moments showing their inexperience. But the cast are likeable, they play their parts well, and Percy in particular is well rounded and realised. He's a very good lead character. The supporting cast is perhaps the biggest attraction of the show, with almost every other character played by a familiar name or face. It's impressive, and it makes for compelling television, wondering who might show up next. Sometimes, however, it does feel a little forced and unnecessary. Star power can be distracting, but for the most part it works thanks to each character getting an episode dedicated to them. The late Lance Reddick is Zeus, but he sadly only appears in one scene in the final episode. He plays it well with his usual gravitas, but it's a shame this is his final TV performance because there's clearly a lot more to this character yet to come. Adam Copeland, also known as Edge, is surprisingly good as Ares, a disgruntled god on a quest of his own. As a show reliant on special effects and large scale, the volume has been used extensively. For the most part, it works well, but some backgrounds and locations often look a little flat and lifeless. The special effects are good for TV, but not always convincing. CGI monsters and creatures are also quite good. Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a fun, enjoyable show with a great cast, some good action scenes and thrills, and a very well structured episodic format. As a non-book fan, certain elements like the time at camp early on and the existence of mythology in the real world could have been explored or explained just a little bit more, and the special effects, while good, aren't always the most convincing thing ever.